Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this new video beta we will be moving forward with the next topic of Annelida, that is our physiology, right? In the previous video beta we have studied the general characteristics of our phylum Annelida, right? I hope all of you are watching this lecture series in a sequence, right? Because all the phylums that we are studying, they are also in a sequence, and I have been making beta 2 to 3 videos of each and every phylum, right? 2 videos are of general characteristic and physiology, and if there is a third video of a single phylum, then that means that video is covering some additional given feature of that particular phylum. Fine. So today's video will be all about the physiology of Annelida, right? So let's get started. First of all, I would like to tell you again the same thing, that the pattern will remain the same, the sequence will remain the same. Fine. You need to memorize the sequence. This will make your job easy. Fine. This will make your chapter pretty easy. Fine. Now, so digestion beta is complete. Can anybody tell me what is the reason that digestion here is complete? In the previous video beta, when we were studying the general characteristics of this phylum, I told you that the body plan they have is tube within tube, right? So if they have a tube within tube body plan, then that means how many openings are present in their body? 2 openings are present in their body, right? Mouth, anus, right? So if 2 openings are present in their body beta and they have tube within tube body plan, automatically what will happen? The digestion will be complete digestion. Fine. Now extracellular digestion also takes place. I have told you n number of times now that there are intracellular digestion, right, and extracellular digestion. Intra means inside the cell, extra means outside the cell. Fine. So here what is happening? Extracellular digestion is taking place. Then next beta, respiration. What happens here? Respiration takes place through moist skin. I have written a term primarily. What is the reason primarily? That means in majority cases what happens, moist skin is present, through that the respiration process is taking place. Like in earthworms, what happens beta? Moist cuticle is present for the respiration, right? And there are specialized cells, paired projections called as parapodia. So again I would like to tell you, I would mention that in the previous videos when we were studying beta the general characteristics, in that I had drawn a diagram. What was that diagram? The diagram was of Neris. Okay, I had shown you the projections present outside. Okay, I told you that these are parapodia. Now what is the meaning of this term parapodia? So para means lateral. Okay, para means lateral, and podia beta, podia means legs. Okay, so this means lateral legs. Fine. So primarily it is taking place through moist skin. In earthworms it is having a moist cuticle. Fine. Also they have paired projections called as parapodia. The meaning of parapodia is lateral legs. Okay, so these lateral legs beta, they also help in the process of locomotion. They also help in the process of locomotion and also helps in the process of respiration. Okay, also helps in the process of respiration. Fine. So this parapodia beta, right, here the parapodia helps in locomotion also and in the respiration also. Fine. So these are the points that we have covered here. Fine. Now in most of the aquatic forms beta, like Neris, the parapodia is used for respiration. Here I am writing the example that in Neris, what is happening beta? The parapodia is used for the process of respiration. Fine. Make sure that the points which are already written, you are not seeing them from the board and copying down in your notebook, right? The main aim for you, if you're sitting here and watching this video, is beta that you don't need to see the board and jot down all the points in your notebook as it is. You need to pause the video before even starting it. You know what is the sequence in which we are going on, right? Since day 1, from when I have started the class 11 lecture series, you know that the pattern and the sequences remain the same. The general characteristic is a certain sequence and the physiological features are certain sequence. So you have to by now you have to remember that sequence, and in a particular sequence you need to first note down the headings and later on write it on your own, right? If you are not writing it on your own till now, that means you need to brush up. Okay, you need some brushing up to be done so that it gets better. You need to remember this, you need to memorize this, because it is very, very important from NEET point of view. If you are not remembering the sequence, then writing it all in your notebook while just seeing it from the blackboard is a waste of time. I'm just telling you it right now. Okay, so it's better that you memorize it, right? Do not cram it, memorize it, write it down, and then come up and watch the video. If there's any doubt, you can obviously watch the video, right? That is why we are making it up. Fine. So next beta, circulation. Now very important. So circulatory system, for the first time, I put in a star here. It was the first time that we have seen a circulatory system which is closed. Okay, but there is one exception here. What is the exception, beta? The exception is example Hirudinaria. Hirudinaria. What is Hirudinaria? It is a blood sucking leech. Okay, it is a blood sucking leech. Okay, so Hirudinaria beta, it has open circulatory system. Open circulatory system. I am telling you here that circulation ke aage what is mentioned? It is mentioned that it is usually closed. Closed means, usually closed means majority, most of them have a closed circulatory system. But there is a single exception which is known as Hirudinaria beta. It is known as a blood sucking leech. What is the main process that why are we mentioning Hirudinaria here? Because it is an exceptional case. Why? It is not having a closed circulatory system. It is having an open circulatory system. Fine. Hirudinaria beta is also known as the blood sucking leech. Fine. Very important. Again, I am just erasing this and writing it here only. Now what happens beta? Our blood is, what is the color of our blood? The color of our blood is red, right? So what happens here also beta? They have a red colored blood. Okay, they have a red colored blood. Now in human beings also beta, we have a red color blood, right? What is the reason we have a red color blood? Because we have a pigment called as hemoglobin, right? Hemoglobin is the reason that we have a red colored blood. Now, what is happening here? I am telling you that they have usually closed circulatory system. They also have blood, right? And their blood is also red in color. So what do we have in common? We have in common a respiratory pigment which is known as hemoglobin, right? So hemoglobin is present here beta, and hemoglobin is giving the color red to the blood. Fine. So hemoglobin is present in Annelida. But one important point now comes up here, that this hemoglobin beta is dissolved in plasma. It is dissolved in plasma. Okay, it is dissolved in plasma. It is not dissolved in the RBCs. While if you talk about human beings beta, what happens in human beings? In human beings, RBCs are present. RBCs are having that dissolved hemoglobin, right? Which is the reason that we are having a red color of our blood. But here also hemoglobin is present. That is a common thing in both. But what is different here? Hemoglobin is dissolved in plasma. It is not present, or it is not dissolved in our RBCs. Fine. So circulation, important point is, usually it is closed, but Hirudinaria, that is the blood sucking leech, is having open circulatory system. It is having hemoglobin which is giving a red pigment, right? And hemoglobin is dissolved in plasma. It is not dissolved in RBCs. Done. Now next is excretion beta. So what happens in excretion? Now there are three types of excretory organs. So first one is Nephridia, second is botrytis tissue, and third is Chloroglobulin cells. Okay, so these three things have one thing in common. What? They have to do a process of what? Excretion. Fine, very easy. Now, but Nephridia is present in earthworms. Okay, the major function of nephridia, make sure you're noting down. If it is not mentioned on the board, if it is not anywhere to be found in the NCERT or anywhere, and if I'm speaking it out, make sure you're noting it down. It's important. Fine. So nephridia is found in earthworms, right? But nephridia का function क्या होगा बेटा? The function of nephridia is it is helping in the process of excretion. And one more function is that it maintains the ionic concentration. So note it down. It is maintaining the ionic concentration, right? Nephridia. And it is helping in the process of excretion. Fine. Next is beta botrytis tissue. So botrytis tissues are what? They are types of connective tissues. Okay. So these connective tissues beta, they are present in the coelom and they are found in the what? In the leech. Right? And last is beta the Chloroglobulin cells. Right? The last one is Chloroglobulin cell. Now Chloroglobulin cells beta, what are they? Chloroglobulin cells, they are found in earthworms. Right? You can note it down. This is found in earthworms. This is found in leech. And this is again found in earthworms. But they are analogous in nature beta. Chloroglobulin cells, they are analogous in nature. Right? Now, they are analogous in nature. That means they are functionally similar to what beta? To the vertebrate liver. Right? They are functionally similar. They are functionally similar to vertebrate liver. They are functionally similar to vertebrate liver. That means they are analogous in nature and they are again found in earthworms. Fine, very, very simple. Okay, so these Chloroglobulin cells beta, they are analogous in nature, they are functionally similar and they perform the function of what? Again, excretion, similar. Botrytis tissues, connective tissues found in the coelom, and it is also helping in the process of excretion, and it is found in leech, right? And the first one, nephridia is found in what? Earthworms, right? And nephridia helps in maintaining the ionic concentration, right? Along with maintaining the ionic concentration beta, it is helping in the process of again excretion. Fine. Now, but nephridia is also of many types, right? But that is not important here. The pharyngeal nephridia, integumentary nephridia, and the septal nephridia, the three types of nephridia which we will be studying in future. Fine. Then next beta comes the nervous system. So they again have a double solid ventral nerve cord. Along with that, they have a nerve ring. So what happens beta? There are ganglions present, right? And these ganglions, they lead to the formation of this ring. This is a ring type of structure. This is a ring type of structure which is being formed, which is known as a nerve ring. Again, they are being connected to what? The ganglions, and these are again what? The nerve cord. This is a solid ventral nerve cord. You don't have to draw it, but I'm just telling this for your reference. Fine. Then let me just clear up once. Make sure you're noting down all the points beta, because these are not written anywhere. Okay, let's move on. Now locomotion beta. Okay, locomotion means movement, right? So there are two types of muscles which are present that helps them in locomotion. What are those muscles? The circular muscles and the longitudinal muscles, right? But what happens beta? Along with these muscles, there is a coelomic fluid. There is a coelomic fluid, right? So this coelomic fluid, along with the circular and the longitudinal muscles beta, helps in the process of your locomotion. Right? What happens beta? The coelomic fluid along with the circular and the longitudinal muscles, they help in the process of this locomotion. Now what happens beta? Locomotion में और क्या help करता है? I have told you previously, it is parapodia, right? The lateral legs. So this parapodia beta is also along with the circular and the longitudinal muscles helping in the process of what? It is helping in the process of locomotion. Fine. So circular muscles, longitudinal muscles, then your parapodia, and in earthworms beta, what happens? Parapodia की जगह क्या होगा? There are lateral legs in earthworms also, in Neris also, right? In earthworms क्या होता है? Setae are present. Okay, setae help in the process of locomotion. Then next is reproduction beta, unisexual as well as a bisexual reproduction takes place, or it can be sexual reproduction. They are unisexual or bisexual in nature, and the reproduction here is sexual reproduction. Fine. So unisexual is beta what? Neris, and bisexual is earthworm. Unisexual is Neris and bisexual is earthworm. Then fertilization is internal and external. So external fertilization takes place in earthworm. Then development is direct or indirect. So indirect development beta कहाँ पे होती है? Indirect development takes place in the trophophore larva. Trophophore larva of Neris. In this indirect development takes place and indirect earthworm. Okay, earthworm. Now last is the examples, right? I am writing it down here. Neris, Ferritima, and Hirudinaria. Neris is called as the sandworm. Hirudinaria is called as the blood-sucking leech. And what about this Ferritima beta? The Ferritima is the earthworm, very commonly known as the earthworm. Okay, this is the sandworm, this is the earthworm, and this is the blood-sucking leech. These are the examples. Fine. So I hope it is all clear to you, right? If you are having any doubt beta, you can ask in the comment section below. Fine. And in the next video, we will move on to the next phylum, right? So stay tuned and watch these videos. If there is any doubt, you can put down in the comment section. Share this video beta. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Share this video as much as possible with your friends whom you think it will be helpful, right? So I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.